says, wow, there's a lot to talk about this week, but I'll go with this. We saw the multiple stories about Sekiro being too hard for the non-gamer, non-journalist that work at every gaming website, which is very true. It needs an easy mode, they all scream, for accessibility for all, because finishing the game is a right that everyone should be able to do. A Eurogamer non-journalist went as far to say handicapped accessibility into a restaurant is the same as accessibility in finishing a video game. While this was going on, there was a video on YouTube that came out of an actual handicapped gamer finishing the game. So, question of the week. What type of accessibility add-ons do you need to put into a game that can help non-gamers and non-journalist gamers that have destroyed every gaming website on the entire planet finish a video game?
Look here. All this talk about people saying, easy mode this, easy mode that, fuck the hell off right now. There's literally a video of a blind guy, legally blind, beating Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
It took him a very long time, but he beat the game. You know why? It's called persistence, which is what Dark Souls is supposed to fucking teach you. But if you didn't learn that the first time, then I'm getting a bit too mad at myself.
Of all the stuff that I read, I feel like it falls into 3 separate categories. And with each category, you can't mention one without the other ones being involved. You have the one side where people were clamoring for an easy mode because they want people that have disabilities to be able to play and enjoy the game. Now, me personally, I feel if there's anything that you can add to help somebody with a disability play a game, that's fine. Everybody on this earth, if they want to play a game, should be able to play a game. That's my personal opinion with that side of the thing. But then there's the middle, where it's people that enjoy the game, but they're like, I just wish I could have this thing just to tweak it, just to make it a little bit easier for me to play. And to them, I'm just kind of like, you beat the game by learning how the game wants you to beat it. That's every From game that's ever been fucking made in the whole Soulsborne and now Sekiro, lineage. It's, you learn what the game wants you to do. And when you kind of get used to that, the game doesn't really seem as bad to you anymore. Now, I will admit, I went guns a-blazing into Sekiro, and I learned damn quick, it ain't the same game you used to be playing. I knew that blocking really wasn't going to be a way to get around things, and I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, oh, well, I'll just parry a lot of stuff. I got used to parrying from Bloodborne. It doesn't work as easy as Bloodborne's parrying does. But I'm not sitting here clamoring for an easy button. There's also articles where people have, said, an easy mode never ruined any game. There's a yes and a no to that. You can put an easy mode in if you want, but I don't know. You're going to also, for somebody like From Software, with the following of people that they've had, if they were to throw an easy mode in this, it's going to piss off hardcore gamers, and some of them are probably going to turn their back on it because that's From showing weakness to all these people that just complain that the games are too fucking hard.
It's never going to happen.
No, well, I hope it never does, but think
about it this way.
People are going hard in the paint for
the longest fucking time. Dark Souls 1, people played and played and played and played and played, and it never got any real updates. Nothing was fucking changed. And then the last change that was made was for the remaster, and the only thing they did was add a bonfire to the fucking skeleton blacksmith down in the crypts.
Which is fine, because that doesn't do anything to change the game, really.
It makes it easier to get to him, because otherwise he was just a pain in the ass to get to.
Yeah, there was quite a run to get to him, yeah.
It changes nothing. They're never going to make the game easier.
No.
And I feel like we were definitely off topic, because he said something about what could they add to make it so people with actual handicap. Could you read that again?
Yeah,
please? Because I'm definitely off topic when it comes to what he was saying, because I'm just so mad about this whole. I wanted to yell about Polygon, like, bitching that Borderlands 3's trailer just looks like a DLC, but I'm not going to get into that because they're fucking dumb.
Right. Well, and that's the third part of it, which you were getting into, that I was going to say, the third group are these...
It's media people that
journalists.
They want clickbait.
And I'm using quotes for journalists for the audio listeners. If you can't finish this game, you don't have to, in my opinion. You do not have to... Everybody knows, if it's it's going to be a hard fucking game, and that's what you come to for it. They don't really need your review of how the game's going to be. Even if you were to review the game and it actually really sucked, people are not going to listen to you. They're just going to go and buy it anyway because they have such a strong fan base. So I really don't see... I don't even see the point really in having game journalists anymore to begin with. Because, like you've just said, it's all fucking clickbait. That's all it is. There was even an article I saw where one of them said, Sekiro should actually respect its fans by adding an easy mode, so the people can actually love and experience the game. And I was like, you saying that in your title shows how much you do not understand From and its fan base. So you shouldn't even be playing the fucking game to review it in the first place.
Just go back to playing Kingdom Hearts.
What he said was, what type of accessibility add-ons do you need to put into a game that can help non-gamers and non-gaming journalists finish a video game?
None.
Yeah,
because
I don't
what
think...
you're asking right there, see, then I was wrong. I thought it was something else. Is you're asking, basically, to censor these fucking pieces of work.
And that was one of the other things that was brought up, is do you let the game creator just... lawfully create whatever he wants to create without keeping the handicapped in mind while creating the game? And I say yes. You can create whatever you want, and, down the road you could maybe think, there's been advancements in helping people with handicaps create games. Let's download this patch that helps them out. That's perfectly fine. I don't think anybody should be sitting there saying, but we need to worry about this group of people, so... You need to keep that in mind while you're making your game, so make it easier.
It's fucking dumb.
It'd be like Nintendo making a game and people being like, you shouldn't have Italian people in it. It's very, disrespectful.
I've been saying
it's just
for
like,
fucking months now.
Erase Mario.
We are legitimately in the darkest fucking timeline.
Oh, we are.
Next, you're going to be hearing people be like I was saying earlier, oh, we need a re-release of Battletoads, but easy. It's like, fuck off. Don't play it then.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, back in Nintendo, you would get what people coined as Nintendo fever. Your fucking hands are sweating all over the controller. You haven't breathed in hours. You're fucking, like, seeing double.
You haven't breathed in hours.
And that's game... Battletoads and, like, Ghosts and Goblins, that was the games that did that shit.
Fucking Mario Brothers Lost Levels is difficult as fuck.
And nowhere ever... did they even sit there and put these games out and wonder, did we make it too hard?
And they were literally designed for kids. Like, everyone's talking about how, this game is fucking, it's so hard and it's complex and it was made for adults. But here we are with fucking Battletoads and Mario Brothers Lost Levels and all those old games that were legitimately designed for like 5 to 10-year-olds to play.
Yeah.
With them think, oh, they can definitely beat this. There's no issue with that.
So, what I will say for everybody, in finalizing to this question, if you want to get into playing a From Software game, know from the start that you are going to have a horrible time. It is going to be very difficult. If you've never played any of their games before, you do not know what you're in for, but you will learn how to play it. There are plenty of times I've screamed at my TV while playing Sekiro. Like, veins popping in my neck, screaming at the fucking TV. And we'll get into some of this when we do our review of the game after this, but, there are things sometimes that just don't work the way they should. And that's... all From games have kind of had that. Like, you look at Dark Souls 2 with the hitboxes for the bow and arrow sometimes are ridiculous. Wall clipping and everything, like enemies attacking you. That's also in Sekiro. You cannot attack through walls, but the enemies can sure as fuck hit you through them. So it's the type of difficulty that's expected. And you shouldn't be sitting here crying, asking for an easy mode, because it's a game that you saw that you thought looked awesome and you wanted to get into, but it's just too hard for you.
Look here. If you want to bitch about this, here's the big fucking problem that people need to get the fuck over with already. You do not have to play this game.
Yeah.
Just because it's popular and people are talking about it and you want to be in on the fucking news, you do not have to play this game. There are thousands of people right now speedrunning this game, beating it fast. You can watch them play it. You can understand it. You can talk to people about it. You don't have to actually fucking play it.
That's actually how I got into Dark Souls, because I always wanted to, but I wasn't sure. And I watched videos of people playing it. I fell in love with the lore of the games, and I decided I'm going to work through this. I'm going to put myself through hell because I enjoy the story so much.
And if you think Sekiro is too difficult, please never play a Toho game. Don't play actual bullet hell games. Please do not.
No, go buy Ikaruga. Go ahead.
Do not play any, the Master Series Tetris games. You will want to fucking kill yourself.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. If you are not interested in playing a game, don't play it. If you're incapable of playing a game, understand that you cannot play this game and don't play it. You do not have to report on it. If you work at Polygon or whatever, one of these gaming fucking news places, and your boss is like, "Oh, Thompson, I'm gonna need you to buckle down and beat this game here so we can report on it."
Quit. Because you're not gonna beat it.
Tell him, no, I fucking do not. I can't remember what it was, but it was in a Donkey video where
his video for Sekiro was actually amazingly hilarious.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, you got to.
Where he's basically talking about game reporters and how they report on shit, and it's like them complaining about Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers U, being too difficult for the casual gamer. And blah 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 and all this.
They shit on it and then give it a 9.1.
And then how they didn't actually even finish the game.
Yeah.
And then they gave it a high grade. Don't be that fucking guy, man.
I think it was in that same video he had footage of one guy being like, "There are no good Sonic games. There's never been a good Sonic game. Sonic sucked forever." And then Sonic Mania came out and the guy's like, they're like, "Yeah, there's other good Sonic games," and he's like, "Yes, there are."
Yeah.
It's just like, you fucking assholes. And the worst of it is it's mostly GameSpot and IGN are the two major competitors right now in news journalism, and they're two of the worst, in my opinion. The guy who wrote that bullshit article about it should respect its fans and everything, that was on Forbes, which I don't know anybody that goes to Forbes to get their gaming news anyway. So I don't fucking know. Play the game if you want to play it. If it's too hard for you, go and return the fucking game. You do not need to be handed an easy mode just because you want to cry about it. For people that for people that have disabilities, yes, I could see there being something implemented to help them out to play the game. Because, everybody should be able to play a game, if you're missing a hand or fingers or, or you don't have the ability to use your arms. Because I've seen Microsoft has that one implementation where you can breathe into these different tubes and that activates certain buttons and does certain actions.
I've seen some wild fucking shit when it comes to video games. Like I said, the blind guy that beat Ocarina of Time. There's a person that literally has no arms and they play video games and they do good.
But that's not everybody, though.
Please do not devalue their effort by saying, "Oh, this is too difficult for me, a completely capable human being. So please make it easier for me."
Yeah.
Don't do that to them. That's disrespectful.
If a guy with no arms can beat this game, I think you should be able to figure it out, or at least come to a conclusion where you decide that this isn't for me. Because that's another way to look at this. There's a YouTuber called Jimquisition. He's a very intelligent man. He did a video on Sekiro. He's like, "I've loved every game that From has made, from Demon Souls up to Bloodborne." He's like, "I like Sekiro, but it is not a game for me, and I'm not going to complete it because it goes into a playstyle that I am just not good at. So, and he actually said in his videos, like, I'm not going to give this game a rating because of the fact that I myself am not capable enough to enjoy it to its fullest to give it a rating.
Yeah.
That is the way it should be done.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yes, I know you need to get your rating out there because, you know, Forbes, you know, everybody's clamoring to figure out what you thought of Sekiro. They're not, A, and B, you could have just literally... What would a better title would have been is that I can't rate this game because it is far too difficult for me to complete. It's beautiful, I love it, you know, like the game plays great and everything, but it stands to its name of how difficult it is. You could have literally just left it at that instead of just doing this fucking bullshit where it's like it needs to respect its players. Yeah. It's like it does respect its players by stabbing them in the back.
By being the game,
spitting on them and saying "get better."
It's literally being the game it's supposed to be. Another example of a person who is actually handicapped and beats games very well. It's a streamer named Half Coordinated. He literally plays games like Nier Automata with one hand because his other hand he can't hold the controller properly.
Oh, I think I saw, like, is he the one? He's kind of got like it's just like a couple little.
No.
Oh, okay, because there was a video I saw.
That's how he holds his controller.
Oh, right. Okay,
and he speed runs games like Nier Automata.
That's incredible.
Exactly.
That is
Don't belittle him actually trying.
Yeah.
And using, you know, his fucking mind and his ability to do things other than just, oh, this boss is too difficult. I'm gonna be fucking angry and report about how I can't beat it.
Yeah.
Don't be that fucking baby. Come on.
Yeah.